Okay, so now we're working on step 8, evaluating arguments without providing diagrams, without going through the premises one by one, but just coming up with a paragraph or more as needed evaluation of an argument. An evaluation that any person, any reasonable person should be able to understand. So we want to stay away from jargon, stay away from anything that only people who have taken this particular critical thinking class would understand. Okay, and I always start off some pre-writing. Reading this, there's a problem with causality here. Just because all people in group X share characteristic Y doesn't mean that Y causes X. I know, I've already found a really big problem. Also, should everything that makes people into violent criminals be banned? Not sure that makes sense. And some of these things, of course, I've discovered in previous steps. So I found some pretty big problems. Either of those points turns out to be accurate. I mean, the 2 points, the causality point and the argument, is pretty much going to fall apart because there's nothing much more than those 2 points. So let's start writing it. Evaluation. This argument fails completely. The first problem with it is that it attempts to draw a causal relationship between two traits. That is, it says that everyone who falls into a certain category, the category of serial rapists, also has another trait. They consume porn. And that, therefore, the trait causes them to become serial rapists. But this is not reasonable. The mere fact that serial rapists all share a certain trait doesn't mean that that trait causes their criminal behavior. After all, lots and lots of people, and I'm remembering this from step 6, this is a relevance question. Lots and lots of people consume pornography and do not become serial rapists. A fact that contradicts the causal relationship that this argument is trying to put forth. Also, this argument relies on the claim that anything that does cause someone to become a violent criminal should be banned. Is this really true? There may be other phenomena that could cause a person to become a violent criminal. Phenomena that may not even be able to be banned. Poverty springs to mind. So if it's not true that everything that causes someone to become a violent criminal should be banned, and if it's not true that pornography causes someone to become a violent criminal, then the main pieces of evidence that this argument offers are both flawed. Therefore, this argument does not succeed. Notice my emphasis on this argument. There may be another argument that pornography should be banned, that works better. I'm evaluating the argument in front of me, only the argument in front of me with its claims and its logic. I just want to see if I want to neaten this up. Of course, I can delete the pre-writing because really all I'm being asked for is the evaluation. I have taken a stance, very important that I did the step. It's a clear stance. And in fact, in this case, because my evaluation went on for a little while, I reiterate it. Okay? And then I made a claim about it. It attempts to draw a causal relationship between two traits. And then I evaluate that. But this is not reasonable. The mere fact, and then I said why it's not reasonable. And then I question another claim. And then I say, well, if that's not true and if that's not true, then the main piece of evidence are both flawed, never doesn't succeed. Good. I think that's a good evaluation of that argument.